Harry's lonely 4th of July. Hello, my lovely friends. How are you doing? This card was in here. It's called the Alchemist card. It says change, refract, infuse, transmute. Yeah, he thought that he could change the royal family, I suppose. How are you, my loveliest friends? Let me see. Harry. Unconditional love. Yeah, didn't the Queen say that he was too in love with Meghan? Celebrate, it says. Celebrate. I wonder if he was having a party on his own, because he certainly wasn't appearing on Meghan's Instagram. And look at that, a yoga pose. Bend and be. He's had to twist himself into all sorts of cognitive dissonance to try and match up to Meghan's expectations. And look at that, transformation. Somebody popping out of an egg, transformation. But his transformation has been sort of backwards. It's been, instead of progression, it's been regression. He's regressed to an angry teenager kind of energy. And isn't it interesting that she can put her family on her Instagram all day long, but when it's the 4th of July, then Harry and the kids are nowhere to be found. And look at that, the tribe card. Yeah, I don't know if Harry is found. I'm getting almost that this is Harry and that bodyguard that he's had since the days of the royal family. It's the only one really left who still looks after him. Flexible. Isn't that interesting? Yogi and flexible. He's had to tie himself in knots to try and meet Meghan's expectations, and he's never good enough. Interesting. All that glitters is not gold. Thank you all for being here. Sending you love and blessings. And let's see what else it says. How was Harry's 4th of July? Blossom. Maybe he enjoyed being without her. Or maybe that's the sprinkle flowers. The flower sprinkle she puts on everything. And look at that creature there. Not at all happy. This card is the Fortitude card. Got a little lion on it. Lion with a unicorn horn. He's had to display fortitude, but I just get that he's very lonely. And look at that card there. It says depth. The depth of despair. Oh dear. Just selecting another deck. How is Harry feeling on the 4th of July? It says organized crime is the card. So I'm getting almost that, yeah, his life is organized and structured. There's nothing natural about it. There's, he was worried about being in the royal family. He called it an institution. But the problem is that he needs that kind of guidance and that kind of structure. And the next card to come out is called imprisonment. And that card is all about, remember how he said his family was trapped in the royal family? His brother and father were trapped. Well, he's the one who's trapped now. And the next card says alive. Yeah, he's alive, but he's not really living. He's not enjoying his life. And look at the card. The next card says fraud. Remember when Meghan said, "Oh, I'm such a fraud." And there's the trapped card. Literally trapped. Who's trapped now? Lies. The next card says lies. Well, this fantasy that he's trying to portray of his life, and that Meghan is trying to portray of their lives, we all know that she talks so much lies. The next card says neighborhood. That reminds me of the one where he was walking around knocking on doors. And look at that. There's the car accident card. And the car accident, of course, is his mother. His mother having passed away in that car accident. And at his core, he's just lonely. The next card says love. He's just lonely. He's never got over the passing of his mother, and also the fact that he felt guilty because he didn't take her call that last time. And the next card says intuition. Yeah, he went against his intuition when he followed Meghan, I think. And the next card says clean up, clean up. It's time for him to clean up his act, greed, and for him to not be so greedy. The problem is, or one of the problems, he had everything. He had everything and more. He had more opportunities and advantages in life than anybody else could ever hope for. And the next card says run away. What did he choose to do? Run away. And the next card is burial. Yeah, he's buried himself. He's by following Meghan and listening to her poison, he's brought himself to this point. He's brought himself to this point. What else do you see in these cards? I love to hear your interpretations. Please like if you do and subscribe if you haven't. And your comments always make my day. And they also help out the channel. And the next card says regret. Regret. Him covering his head, all alone. He ran away from his family, and now he's probably going to be running away from Meghan. And the next card says legal proceedings and debt and social media. So, social media is obviously Meghan putting them on social media all the time, but this 4th of July, she didn't. She just put herself on social media. Legal proceedings, that could be the divorce. Debt, she wants her pound of flesh from him. And the next card says aliens. He's alienated his family, his friends. She made sure that he alienated all of them. And now he's there, stuck on his own. And it says man-made disaster. He's the one who brought this on himself. So, yeah, I get that he did have a very lonely 4th of July. From all of these cards, it was very lonely and sad. And the next card is jealousy. He's so jealous of his brother. And Meghan really brought that out in him because he was never like that before. It certainly didn't show it. Anyway, that was his 4th of July. Lonely, bitter, twisted, just like all the interviews we've seen him give. And he really has a breathtaking lack of self-awareness. I still remember in that Tom Bradby interview when Tom Bradby said, "Oh, why don't you give up your titles?" And he was very defensive. What difference would that make? What difference would that make? Yeah. If you couldn't see the reasoning behind that, then yeah, it's difficult. Difficult to help him. He's his own worst enemy. Anyway, my lovelies, you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later. May the angels walk with you now and always.